All right, I'm Dan. This is Sean and Leah, and we're talking about how the economy has affected us. All right, so Sean, you were talking about earlier how unemployment has kind of affected your father's career. So why don't you talk
Well,
about
it hasn't affected it negatively. It's just the company he works for, or how they make money now is just by cutting costs because nobody's buying anything, so they just cut their costs to zero, fire everybody. So they promoted him, told him to do twice as much work because he was one of the lucky ones he got promoted. But now he's doing twice as much work with no added benefits, no added pay, and he had to fire half the people he used to work with. So it hasn't been real fun.
Yeah. And as we know, the housing market has kind of changed in some ways also. So Leah, why don't you tell us how that's affected your family?
My family buys houses and rents them out, sometimes flips them, and because of the real estate market, they aren't able to charge as much rent. People aren't paying on time. Late charges are everywhere, and people can't pay the rent, let alone late charges that go along with it. But you can't sell the house because the market's down. So it's just one big cycle of instability, I guess you'd say. And going off his dad's career, my dad owns his own business, and people aren't paying. So there's tons of accounts receivables open and people just not paying, and you do work and you work for it and you're waiting at the end of the month and people still don't pay. And it's hard when you're the one supporting the family and there's nothing you can do about it.
And both of you are out-of-state students. Sean, you're from Oregon, and Leah, you're from New Jersey. So has that affected not just that, but also the increase in tuition and fees, and along with the kind of the decrease in purchasing power?
It's just it's more I gotta pay for the same thing. I mean, I don't get anything more for my extra, $1,500 or whatever it is, but
and we didn't get that back.
Yeah, the fees just keep going up. Although we did get stimulus money,
Yeah.
because Obama gave everybody it's like $500 back.
Yep.
So I've gotten stimulus money.
And it's a lot harder to stay in school because if I know if I don't show my parents the grades that they're expecting, they will pull me and take me back to a state school that's a lot more affordable.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten that threat too. It is kind of an extra motivator in a way, because it's like, all right, and I know I pay for a lot of my school myself, and it's just like, all right, I'm paying this much money, I might as well walk out of here with a decent degree, decent
Absolutely.
GPA,
And using all the school's resources, going to class every day, not sleeping through because your $30,000 isn't
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
well spent in bed.
Once you do the math and figure out, okay, each class is costing me this much, it's like, yeah, I'm never skipping a class.
Yeah, exactly.
And even with buying books, it's been such an issue. Like last year I bought all my books, everything the teachers recommended, and this year I'm going to the library and renting out the books and sharing books with friends.
Or Amazon, something like that.
Amazon,
where it's just like,
any of those websites, renting books, anything to save a few extra. And if you don't need the book in the class, like I've spent an hour last week arguing with the bookstore to return a book that was $50 that was just going to sit on my shelf.
Yeah, exactly.
And Sean, you're kind of an investing expert, so how can you tell us about the stock market and how that's done in this kind of an economy?
You know what? It's actually been good for me because, I think as young investors, we have an opportunity that a lot of people don't have, where you've got a lot of great companies, especially back in March, back in the beginning of summer, were really, really cheap. And there was really no reason for them to be that cheap, except for the fact that just everybody was panicking. It's like, oh my God, how low is it going to go? Sell, sell, sell. Well, they're decent companies. You buy them, and now they're starting to come back, and you're starting to make some money. I've been fortunate enough where I've been able to pay for a little bit of my school with money I had put away in March. Said, okay, let's let it ride for a couple months. Ride this thing out, and been able to be successful playing the pop that way. So it's actually worked out all right.
Cool. And Leah, I know you're really out there looking for internships and stuff like that. So how has the current economy kind of looked on your job search?
It's definitely narrowed down. The company that I internship for this summer hired 3 interns last summer, and I was the only intern this summer. And you could definitely see, even working in, I worked in a cosmetic packaging company, and I went on sales calls, and people don't have, it's just a big cycle, because if your customers aren't able to sell their product, you're not able to sell your product to your customers. So it's a cycle, and it's just something needs to change for something else to change in a way. I was fortunate to get the internship, but they also said that, oh, like next summer they need to hire somebody else, or maybe they won't be able to afford interns, or now these internships are unpaid, so you're working for free and there's less places to work to put in your job resume. So, and even with, like, getting a school job, it's just anything helps.
School jobs have been nuts this year. Everybody's trying to get a school job.
Yeah, and even with my job, I only get 3 shifts a month, so it's not anything significant. Some extra spending money, but nothing that I could save for, unless I want to work the whole year for 2 books.
Mm.
So it's not easy. Definitely took a toll.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, thanks for coming out, and I appreciate it, and thanks for watching our video.